Hello everyone, greetings to all of you. In the last video, we had discussed about the camber, then the types of camber in which composite camber, straight camber, two straight line camber and barrel camber. Then the design speed and the IRC specification for design speed. Okay, now in this today's video, we will discuss about gradient and types of gradient. So let's start the video. So, first point is gradient. What is gradient? The rate of rise or fall along the length of the road with respect to the horizontal is known as gradient. Means the rise or fall along to the surface of road is called as gradient. The rise or fall along to the surface of road is called as gradient. Also, the ups and downs on the road is also called as gradient. Okay. This is the formula for calculating gradient. So gradient is equals to vertical distance upon horizontal distance multiplied by 100, which is equals to small h divided by capital D into 100. See, this is the diagram of gradient in which this is horizontal distance and this is vertical distance. So the ratio of vertical distance up to the horizontal distance is called as gradient. Okay, gradient is in percentage. Then the next point is objects of gradient. Why the gradient is provided to the road? So the first point or first object is to connect the stations located at different levels. That is, the gradient connects the different stations which is located at different levels. Then the second object is to make up the earthwork of the road project economical by balancing, cutting and filling. While we can provide the gradient to the road, we can easily find out where is the cutting and where is the filling required for the road. From this, earthwork road project becomes economical. So, from the economical point of view, gradient is required. Then, the third object is to provide effective drainage of rainwater falling over the road surface. When the curbs are provided to the roads, to provide effective drainage gradient is required. Okay, and the last object is to construct side drains economically with convenient depth below the ground level. So this is the purpose of providing the gradient. Then the next point is factors affecting gradient. Okay, so these are the various factors which affect the gradient. So the first is nature of ground. When we are going to construct the road, what is the nature of that road or ground? Means it is plain area or hilly area or mountainous area. So this can be affect the gradient of road. Okay, then the second factor is nature of traffic. Means which type of traffic is on the road. This also affect the gradient of road. Then the next factor is type of road surface. Means the pavement or type of road surface is also affect the gradient of road. Then the next is safety required. Means the safety required for the road is also affect the gradient of road. Then the road and railway intersections. The intersection of road and railways is also affect the gradient of road. Then next is drainage required. the drainage which can be provided to the road or how many capacity of that drainage is also affect the gradient of road. Then the next is road height to be covered. Means the height of road to be covered is also affect the gradient. And last is bridge approaches. So from that road, how many bridge are approaches or bridge are provided on that road is also affect the gradient of road. So these are the various factors which affect the gradient. Then the next point is type of gradient. There are 6 types of gradient. So first is ruling gradient, then second is limiting gradient, third is exceptional gradient, fourth is average gradient, fifth is floating gradient, and sixth is minimum gradient. In next slide we will discuss all these types in detail. So these are the types of gradient. First is ruling gradient. What is ruling gradient? The gradient usually adopted while making the alignment of a road is called as ruling gradient. Means the gradient which provided at the time of making alignment of road. Means what? The gradient which provided while making the alignment of a road. Then the second is limiting gradient. A gradient which is steeper than the ruling gradient, which is required to be provided in regions where the length of the road is slightly restricted, is called as limiting gradient. The gradient which is steeper or which can have the steps more than the ruling gradient. The limiting gradient is also called as maximum gradient because the height of this gradient is maximum. Then the third is exceptional gradient. The gradient which is steeper in slope than the limiting gradient is called as exceptional gradient. This gradient is used in extraordinary situation for shorter length of the road. Means the gradient which is steeper than the limiting gradient and also it is provided to the shorter length of the road. Then the next type of gradient is average gradient. The total rise or fall between any 2 points along with the alignment of a road divided by the horizontal distance between them is called as average gradient. The term average gradient is the total rise or fall between the 2 points along with alignments and the road is divided by the horizontal distance. For better understanding of average gradient, see the one example. Now consider the 1 meter distance of road. In this 1 meter, the total rise or falls or the ups and down of the road with its alignment or with the straight line and this rise and fall divided into horizontal distance of road, then this gradient is known as average gradient. Okay. Then the next type of gradient is floating gradient. The slope which is provided to a road such that a descending vehicle maintains a constant speed without the need of acceleration or braking is called as floating. Means when we are traveling on the road, we can travel smoothly without changing the speed of the vehicle. When this condition is occurs, that is, we can travel without changing the speed of vehicle, then this road have the floating gradient. Okay. Then the last type of gradient is minimum gradient. The minimum slope which must be provided longitudinally to a road in order to effectively drain off rainwater is called as minimum gradient. The gradient which can be provided to drain out the water from the surface of road, this gradient is called as minimum gradient. Okay, so this is the type of gradient. Hope you all get the gradient and types of gradient. Then the next point is IRC recommendations for gradient. So this table shows the IRC recommendation for gradient. It depends upon the nature of area. So first column is nature of area and second column is gradient. In second column, gradient is divided into three parts. First is ruling gradient, then second is limiting gradient, and third is exceptional gradient. So first nature of area is plane or rolling. For plane or rolling area, the rolling gradient is 1 in 30, that is 3.3%. Then limiting gradient is 1 in 20, that is 5%. And exceptional gradient for plane and rolling area is 1 in 15, that is 6.7%. Okay. Then the second nature of area is mountainous area. For mountainous area, the ruling gradient is 1 in 20, that is 5%. Then for limiting, it is 1 in 16.7, that is 6%. And for exceptional gradient, mountainous area, for exceptional area gradient is 1 in 14.3, that is 7%. Then for steep nature of area, the ruling gradient is 1 in 16%, that is 6%. Then limiting gradient is 1 in 14.3, that is 7%. And for exceptional gradient, it is 1 in 12.5, that is 8%. Okay, so this is the IRC recommendations for gradient. Okay, hope you all get the information given in this video. Okay, so in this today's video we had discussed about the gradient, also the factors affecting gradient and types of gradient, in which ruling gradient, limiting gradient, exceptional gradient, average gradient, floating gradient and minimum gradient, and also the IRC specifications for gradient. Okay, if anybody have any question or doubt from this point, then please ask me. Okay, thank you.